Hello everybody, what's up? This is What in the Lore. We have no idea what we're doing.
And neither do you.
So tonight we're gonna be talking about Allagans. So what was your drink of choice?
I had some pineapple juice and some vodka.
I thought you were just gonna say pineapple juice. Just some pineapple juice. I had some whiskey.
It was pineapple juice I found in the back of my freezer.
And we're gonna go in and we're gonna tell you guys all about the Aetherochemical Research Facility. And
Hell yeah. Are we going to introduce ourselves?
oh, we probably should do that, shouldn't we?
We should. I'm Ostara. What's up?
More like nerd.
Correct.
Let me find this dungeon. I'm Cinnabon, Angry Cinnabon, aka the Cinna.
Oh shit. The Cinna.
The Cinna. Somebody called me that in Eureka the other day.
God, really?
They're like, is that the Cinna? And I was like, I don't know what that means. That's my purse, I don't know you.
One time someone, when I was still on Cactuar, recognized me from my YouTube videos, and it was like the most uncomfortable thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Alright, so this is the Aetherochemical Research Facility. For audio-only listeners, we are currently inside the Aetherochemical Research... Aetherochemical? Yeah. Aetherochemical... cut that in post. Aetherochemical Research Facility.
Yep.
So I have a question. Do we know what this big-ass ball is?
No, but here, I'm gonna theorize real quick.
All
I'm gonna give you my, top-tier theory.
Alright.
So I think that this ball... someone's gonna comment and be like, my theory is this is, a map of Heidelin or some shit like that. I don't know. What I don't know what it would
like a map. Why is it rolling like that?
What else would it? What do you think? It looks
like a power generator.
Okay, that would probably make way more sense.
Also, we were fighting some clockwork boys, some clockwork repurposers, which I'm going to assume because I can't remember. Did they cover them in the lore book? I feel like they did.
They might.
I think they just get scrapped from.
I very briefly skimmed through the lore book in preparation for this. I didn't notice any like mention of them, but based on their names, what I'm going to assume they are is they're gathering parts for. I do know what
hunters
this
is obvious.
Yeah, I do know what this the facility is for.
So it's for making bioweapons, isn't it?
Not really.
Oh.
So what this facility is actually for is testing. So you know in how spoilers for Coil of Bahamut, I guess, for all y'all who still haven't done it.
Spoiler for like 5, 6, 7-year-old content.
Yeah. So you remember how in Coils of Bahamut, at one point after you beat one boss, like Alphino and Alexei were like, "Oh wow, look, they were restraining dragons in here or whatever."
Yeah.
So this is the facility where they developed that technology.
So you could call it a research facility.
Oh, whoa! What do you mean, a research
I'm very
facility?
interested, because I don't think it's ever covered. I'm very interested in the difference between the Avengers and the Hunters there.
That's a good point. I do not know.
Yeah, it might just be a naming thing, who knows?
This is the best lore podcast ever. I don't know what that is.
Scrambled Iron Giant, I know, is just a, I mean, obviously it's just a repurposed Dullahan, but it's a, guardian for the facility.
Yeah.
Iron Claws, as everybody knows, which ended up being used by Garleans because they stole all their technology because they nasty.
Because they are the least creative bitches on the planet.
Like,
I say that while they've literally like pioneered Magitech.
And you say that as they're like right here, like they're just like,
hey bitch, hey bitch. Yeah. So more or less though, it was about like mastering how to control primals. Because this is also like the Warring Triad.
Yeah, I know that's where all the
the Warring Triad powers this entire facility. We do know that.
Yeah, we learned that during the Warring Triad.
And in fact, the entire flagship where this facility is on is like dedicated to researching and controlling the Warring Triad. Which
Regula and his what are they called? What are their legions? Yeah, his legion were tasked to. Speaking of, hey baby, what's up, Mr. Dead Man?
Babe.
So let's stop for a second so I can finish this. Regula and his whole legion were actually tasked with getting the information on how to contain primals and things like that were kept there. And Mr. Regula Van Hedris, Rugula Van Hydrus, lost his life, not so tragically.
Yep. That's correct.
In order to save Unu Kalhai, who, spoiler, if you for some reason haven't finished the Warring Triad, why are you even watching this, if so?
Yeah.
Oh shit, spoiler,
this is mechanics.
not really.
Yeah, not really. We don't really have to do that.
Kind of worked for, and still sort of works for Elidibus. He never denounced him. Like,
yeah, Unu Kalhai is very strange.
We haven't seen him yet either, which is surprising
he actually,
to me.
I looked the other day. He's still hanging out in.
Yeah, no, I mean like in
Rising
the story.
Stones.
We
Yeah, in the
haven't
story he hasn't shown up.
seen him, which they made him a scion at the end of.
Yeah, he is. He
He's
is
like
technically
officially
a
a scion.
I guess the
we have
reason
yet to see
why
anything about him.
I think the only reason why they are probably not putting him in the main story is because the Warring Triad is optional content.
But he hasn't been in any of the optional. Do you think he might be in the Sacred Beasts or whatever?
Oh, maybe.
It's a possibility. That's the only place I could see them putting him, honestly.
I feel like they'll use him again because
they might tuck him away until 5.0 because it looks like in 5.0 we're heading towards a Garlean civil war.
God, please.
That's my hot take on that.
That would be good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, fun fact. They actually, I learned this while I was skimming. I initially had been under the impression that they killed Bahamut before they captured the Warring Triad, but that's actually not true. They killed the Warring Triad.
The Warring Triad was before.
Yeah, they captured the Warring Triad, and essentially that set off the series of events in Marasidia that led to Bahamut being reborn. Summoned, yeah. So, an interesting tidbit that I've learned. That's all I've got. Like,
I know some people are a little bit confused about that, timeline-wise, but yeah,
it's
the Warring
very
Triad
ambiguous.
Happened way before,
before
Bahamut
any,
stuff.
yeah.
I don't remember which way to go.
I
found it.
Yeah.
So these, I know full well, these are all runoff from the bioweapons that they create. And they all have sentience. Like,
really?
All of these little blobs have sentience.
That's
it was in the Japanese lore book that they all have minds of their own and can feel things, and
that's depressing.
It's pretty depressing. So as you can see, for visual watchers, not so much for just the audio listeners, this place is pretty fucked up. I mean, before we followed Thornton here, which, reminder, we came here following Thornton.
Yeah. That's why we are in the
That is why we're
research
here
facility.
in the first place. That's why we're in Azla in the first place.
Yeah, because he was essentially coming here to... I don't fucking know what Thornton
also,
was
these
doing.
bioculture nodes, again, don't know if it was in the English translation, they were made to try and learn how to, like, control weather, basically. Which is why they have, like, thunder and shit like that coming down. Basically, they were trying to figure out, as a bioculture, they were trying to figure out how to control the weather and, what's the other term for it, man? I'm too...
The atmosphere?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Sky, put this in post. Sky's gonna be our berry. Sky, put it in post. Atmosphere. Yeah, the atmosphere.
Yeah. It's
So yeah, this place
Allagans
is very
were
fucked up. And
Allagans were fucked up.
I want to know exactly what all of this is. All this, like, rock mass?
Yeah, this is, as far as I know, it is not touched upon.
It's never talked about. Because they obviously had other, more convenient ways of getting to where they needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if I'm going to speculate, I think it has something to do with Sephiroth.
Oh, yeah, actually, that would... Oh, that would actually make a lot of sense.
Right? Because it's very tree-like.
Well, and Sephiroth was the closest to awakening.
Yeah, he was the first one that woke up from his little nappy nap. So this is another bioculture node. We have a Reptoid here, which I always almost called Reptars. Which were one of the bioweapons that they created, if I am correct. It's I think it's one of the first ones, and then we have a Clockwork, which... Or no, that's just a Mirror Knight, which I don't think is a Clockwork.
There's a Chimera as well, which Pretty much standard shit.
Yeah,
for
and I know
Allagans.
chimeras were one of their like
Early
mwah,
creations,
piece
if I'm
de
correct.
resistance, though. Like they were, from what I recall, they were very proud of the chimeras.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
these
might be wrong. In
Also,
that they're the
these
first
biohazards have sentience.
still
as well.
frozen. You know, it doesn't even surprise me at the Allagans.
Yeah, that's
would
why
give
they say
these
all
things
the pain
sentience.
when they deflate like that.
Allagans are fucked up.
I'm
man.
gonna Sky zoom in on all the pain.
Didn't we tell Sky he could be a guest on this
We
episode?
sure did, but you know what? Now he's relegated to just being editor boy.
He's at D&D while we're recording this, so rest in peace, Sky.
Rest in
We'll never
peace.
forget.
Never forgetty. Rest in Skygetty. Okay, so this boss is actually one of my favorites, honestly, because
This boss is
it's
pretty cool.
all about them testing their different bioweapons and like testing bioweapons against bioweapons.
Yeah.
As
this
well
is
as
the boss that. This is why everyone for a really long time thought that this facility was like a weapons facility.
Yeah.
Which I guess to a certain extent they would have had to at least been testing ways to like control the primals should
Yeah.
they ever kind of get out, because that's the only reason I can think of as to why this would be here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back. This was testing bioweapons against biological, like the biological forms of Eorzea at the time, I believe.
Turn away because this will be
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah, it still will do that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just auto attack it and let it go through at least one more,
Okay.
because yeah, I mean these
Oh,
are
dude,
all
that's-
these are all the biological forms that we see aside from this. Well, no, I guess this must mean that they base the avatar in the turn on this, whatever this is. Oh no, it is just a machina. Never mind.
Is oh yeah,
this-
you know
this
what? Yeah,
isn't a
because they would have
biological-
had to create all of the
Yeah, everything.
bosses essentially in the coils.
Yeah.
Besides like Bahamut.
Which, I mean, you kind of see once we go into Azazel, you see the Nagas, you see the Avatar dude that we just saw, and Hamachis, I believe, is somewhere kind of in the jumping puzzle. It's been a very long time since I've been in Coil. Please don't at me. We'll do that
Okay,
one
we should,
day.
yeah, we
Yeah.
need to do a coils episode. I could
sure.
talk about coils for ages.
Oh yeah, so could I.
It's my favorite raid series in the game. Fight me about it. I say that like it's an unpopular opinion.
So originally, I believe, I say, again, I'm going to preface a lot of this right now as drunk me with I believe, because I don't want people to at me.
Yeah, keep in mind, again, the tagline of this, we don't know what we're doing, and neither do you, really.
So all of these,
we're all
and the
along for this ride.
reason we're being attacked by all of these is these
It
elevators.
was the defense. It was like the defense
Well, yeah,
mechanism,
but these
correct?
elevators were all connected to the Allagan blood. Like, you know how, like, Garaha had, like,
Yeah.
the
He
DNA.
had the.
If
and that's
he
why
was
he
the one,
killed.
say he was here and not in Crystal Tower screaming about how they're using Crystal Tower in the feast. If he was here and he put his hand on this instead of saying
Nothing
like,
would
me,
happen.
nothing would happen. We wouldn't have these drones coming down. We wouldn't have these dreadnoughts coming down. But the fact that we are intruders.
Yeah, and we are most definitely not of Allagan blood.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Even I'm sorry,
Most
even if your character is, you're not. Like,
Yeah,
I wish I could change that for you. It's like Garleans. I wish I could change that for you, but I can't. The story
you
won't.
cannot.
It's one of the few things the story won't let you be. I believe coming up are the mannequins that they created. Oh no, these are the clones. These are clones.
Well, yeah, these are clones like I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation right now. Doga and Une from the Crystal Tower quest. These are essentially versions of them that aren't sentient. Well, or they could be sentient.
They could
They're
be
just-
sentient.
They're
yeah.
but not in the same way that like Doga and Une are like
Doga and
self-aware.
Une, had
They had like a clone
they had,
crisis where they
quote-unquote
realized what they
free
were.
will.
Yeah, and these guys don't. And then these guys, I
actually have no idea about the shop team.
I assume they're other Allagan creations,
Yeah, I'm gonna assume
honestly.
they are bioweapons. I mean, obviously they are bioweapons. I don't know exactly what they're based on.
They're just they're here. They're hanging out. They're having a time.
They're having a
You gotta
time.
appreciate
They're having a
them.
good they're having a good old again bleh. A good old bleh.
Blah, blah, blah.
I was gonna say a good old time. Sky, take that up.
Sky 911, help us
Is this
sound
the
more
one you can-
competent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this the one you could just jump off of, but it's not.
Probably.
I
Wait,
did.
no, yeah. Oh, you did?
I did.
Listen, we're doing our best here.
We are. We have no idea what we're doing, neither do you.
Yeah, more clones.
Yeah, more
Some more
clones,
clones.
just some more standard stuff. Cloning seemed to be one of the big things the Allagans
They were
very
big
much
fan.
yeah, they were very much into defying
Well,
death.
and they were very prideful. Like
Yeah.
that was the whole part of the whole thing of Crystal Tower is that I don't remember how to pronounce his name right now, so I'm not going to try. Their emperor essentially just didn't want to
Zonde.
die. Zonde, there we go.
Yeah, they were. Zonde was scared of death.
And so that's kind of like a lot of. That's why he shows up as like a boss in Crystal Tower. It's not him, but it's like a clone of
it's a
him that
clone
he
of him.
created.
It's essentially a if you want to go into Persona terms, it is like a shadow version of himself.
Yeah. And so that's presumably why they have so many fucking clones around here, is because they just were like, hey, if we ever die, we want to live on, pretty much.
Exactly. I don't think they really fully realized that it wouldn't be them
Yeah.
living on, that it would be a whole different being.
Yeah, they're a whole different kind of beast.
I think this is the one that you can just
Maybe. Try and jump.
well,
No.
hit the I think you gotta hit the button first and then you can
Hit the button, Kronk.
hit the lever, but
Pull the lever.
pull your lever. There is a point at which you
Oh,
can always
whoa.
just jump off of these, except that one I guess just proved wrong. And here we come up to what was one of the final bosses of Heavensward, which is Laha Brea, and that one Ascian whose name no one really ever remembers. The one
Yeah, we're about
woman
to
Ascian.
find out. Are we watching cutscenes?
No, I'm
Evidently not,
skipping
because
it.
I did not turn them on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What's her name? Igiorum.
Is that how you pronounce it? Iggy? Can I call her Iggy Azalea?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Okay, if you just listen to the sound effects for a second, just listen in here. It's very squishy.
I want you to know that because of how I play, I can't hear the sound effects, so I'm gonna take your word for it on this.
You'll hear it when you listen back to this podcast. And you can see
Well,
this.
yeah, you can watch this stuff on
Like,
the edge,
pulsating.
like yeah. So this is like alive in here.
Yeah, again, not a surprise.
This is like an organism, which is very creepy.
so. This
I'm going to
fight-
like go kind of slow on this so we can talk through it a little bit more.
Yeah, because this fight was when we learned a lot about the Ascians.
Yeah.
Like, learning essentially that it was very much implied that they had the Echo in some sense, and that what
Yeah.
they had was exactly what we have.
This kind of confirmed it,
But
though.
this pretty much confirmed it, and it also confirmed there's some weird shit that we could possibly do.
Yeah. Well, this
which-
is, if I remember correctly, it's after this fight where Thornton looks at us and is like,
What are
"Oh,
you?"
what are you?"
Yeah.
And it implies that's why there's that whole, well, the whole thing, with the Warriors of Darkness coming back is implying that essentially that's what we as the Warriors of Light could become, is we could become like this kind of great evil in the world
Yeah.
if we wanted to.
And I mean, as far as the Warriors of as far as the Warriors of Darkness go, I don't know if I even consider them like evil.
Yeah, the whole
Because-
thing is with the Warriors of Darkness is they're kind of like, they're just trying to save their world in the end. That's why they come to our world. They're seeking to kind of save their friends and family, even though, fun fact, this is off topic, but the Warriors of Darkness, how they come to our world is they actually died in theirs and their spirits transferred to our world.
Yeah, they had to give
They're
up their
already
physical
dead.
bodies.
Yeah, when
Although-
Minfilia goes to take them back to their own world, they're actually just essentially dying. They don't
Which-
have a body to go back to.
Which bears the question, were Ascians regular humans that gave up their physical bodies in order to be this? Were they regular humans with the Echo?
Shit.
Like, it's a legitimate question, and it's one I've
That's a
had for
very
a while.
That's a very good question, actually. I'm really into that theory.
I feel like it was soft confirmed by them, I mean the Warriors of Darkness, bringing out their crystal and being like, this is how we are able to go from your world to our world. We don't have a physical form anymore. Because that's very much essentially what the Ascians did all through 2.x. Like, that's what you saw La Habrea doing for so long, like, before he, I guess, spoilers, inhabited Thancred, or after even.
Did you just say a spoiler for A Realm Reborn?
Listen.
Cinna, when did that expansion come out again?
Was it even like an expansion? I would think it's more like a base game.
Yeah, when did A Realm Reborn come out? 2013.
I was gonna say Sky, edit it in. When did it come out?
It's just like a big screen.
big
2013. It came out in 2013.
Anyway, the Ascian Prime, I skipped the cutscene because ain't nobody got time for that, y'all.
We got another
Prime
dungeon to
is
do
basically
after
a
this.
fusion dance of two of the Ascians, which leads me to believe that if we found another Warrior of Light, say like Ysel or something like that, we could essentially do this. Like,
theoretically, yeah.
Or
there isn't.
Or
well, okay.
Could we not because we still have a physical body?
Yeah, I was about to say theoretically, if we decided to like essentially leave our bodies behind, a la the Warriors of Darkness, theoretically we could do this. I don't know if we could do this.
I don't think
currently.
we could. I don't think we could Dragon Ball Z it.
I don't think we could. I think, yeah, if we decided to like give up our physical forms, theoretically we could form with like other Echo users and become.
Do you
Warrior
think they would
of
have to
Light
be
Prime.
Echo users, or would they have to be Warriors of Light?
Well, I mean, theoretically, there isn't that much that separates us from other Echo users, other than we get a lot of credit for shit that happens.
But
in the
we
main
have
story.
like the quote-unquote crystal
We do have
of light.
That is true. That's true. So we have no proof that there are more than one Warrior of Light, I guess is the
No,
issue.
we do,
maybe.
because Unukalhai was a Warrior of Light, and Ysel was a Warrior of
whatever.
Light. She had a crystal of light, remember?
That's true. That's true.
You know what? I'm gonna let it wash
let's
over me.
I'm gonna go for the portal. Fuck you. Because now you get. Oh no! I got him anyways. I was too slow. So now we both can't do anything.
Slow in the club right now. Y'all look at how it's pocket Cinna.
It's not like this is really going to do much to us.
No.
That's a good point, though. Theoretically, we could, if they also decide to give up their physical forms, we might be able to, like, Super Saiyan that shit.
Yeah.
Warrior of Light Prime
Warrior of Light Prime it. Which, honestly, if that happens, I would be pretty, like... If we have a Warrior of Light Prime thing, like, that would be pretty dope. I'd be pretty down with that.
I feel like we have to wait a few expansions for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I might have been too late for that.
It's okay, he should be dead. And there we go. Okay, so that's the end of
Easy
the
buffs
first
in
part of
person.
Aetherochemical Research Facility.
Thanks for the party.
We're about to jump into the yeah, thanks for the party. Let's jump right into the second one.
Alright, so guess who realized that there's no such thing as Aetherochemical hard mode?
For some reason, we both thought there was, but we were thinking of Fractal.
Yeah, so we're doing Fractal Continuum hard mode, and you know, it's all in the same flagship. It's all about the Warring Triad. We can talk about that a little bit too.
Listen, tagline, we don't know what we're doing, and neither do you.
Hell yeah, so hopefully this DPS confirms.
They're probably like, what? I've been waiting 60 years for this queue.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this is like mid-recording, so now I can just, technically, I could just cut. Who the fuck is this guy here? Oh, they're just a level 62.
Oh, they're a babe.
Oh.
So I guess I'm just gonna talk a little bit. DPS, come back.
Wait to talk till we get in, and then
Yeah.
I'll just cut this part.
Okay, now I'm gonna start.
Go ahead.
All right, so a little bit about the Fractal Continuum. So this is also on like the flagship. So it was actually initially like part of a warship that they then made into like a museum to preserve like artifacts from their rule. And so yeah, that's why that's kind of what this whole fucking wild thing is. There's everything from
great
like
entrance that we made.
Oh yeah. So it's everything.
Oh wait, no, that's the Ixal. That's the Ixal's crash.
Yeah, but we kind of came with them is the whole thing.
Yeah, there he is.
He's here. So the general idea though is like, yeah, it's from anything from like war shit to like everyday shit to bioweapons and prisoners.
And I mean, these are the same. These are predators. These are. I keep wanting to call them Magitech claws, but they're not. They're, again, the Allagans technically created this technology, and I'm not gonna say the Garleans stole it.
But the Garleans
definitely stole it.
The Garleans stole a lot of stuff from the Allagans, from like their ideology to their aesthetic to like
what
a
the
lot
Garleans
of the ideas
did
that
was they stole a lot of their technology and then figured out how to use it with
Magitech, essentially.
Yeah, with Magitech and Ceruleum.
Yeah. Because
there's our little Ixal.
Reminder, if you are a full-blood Garlean, I don't think it's part Garlean, but full-blood Garleans
cannot use magic.
Yeah, they cannot use magic. That's why Magitech exists.
Part can because we see Good Boy are involved using.
God, what a good boy.
Not as good a boy as Alphino, but
correct.
A good boy.
That'll come up in the Good Boy episode.
Yeah, when we debate.
Good boys.
So this Minotaur again, just general. This isn't one of their creations, and you can tell that by the mask on him. That mask is essentially a
It's added to him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a collar almost.
Yeah, it's like a not a shock collar. Not a
mind control.
Yeah, like something kind of similar.
It keeps him. It keeps that boy a good boy.
And
yeah,
here's one of their.
It's a chimera with a similar thing on it.
Yeah. Speaking of, this is one of their updated chimeras, very obviously, compared to the ones we saw on. Which I just noticed when, like, between dungeons, this is a higher level floor.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming a lot of their higher level floors were likely more museums and look at how great we are.
Yeah, I forget where exactly on the flagship Fractal is, but yeah, this is essentially like literally a museum to be like, hey,
we're near the top. You can see
look at how great
the outside. Look around.
Oh yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
Oh, you should not die. I keep forgetting that now I actually have to try.
Yeah, now we're actually.
I say try very loosely.
Yeah, it's a baby dungeon. Again,
but
another
yeah.
Minotaur, another Centaur, or not Centaur. No, Minotaur and a Chimera. Nothing super interesting, nothing super special. I think the most interesting part about this dungeon is honestly the Ixal that we sort of followed here.
Yeah.
That is figuring out the past. Speaking of the Ixals, do you want to talk about Garuda?
Oh, fuck. Well, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be very wrong, and remember, we downed a drink prior to this. Garuda, more or less, the reason why she looks human, even though the Ixal are very much not, it's kind of based on the Allagans, and like they're very
based on it. It's based on a specific Allagan scientist that their kind basically Stockholm syndromed.
Yeah, it's essentially and it's so ingrained that they don't necessarily like the Ixal as a whole, like they don't really. The whole point of this dungeon is that it's an Ixal coming here and like learning of the creation of the Ixal and how they're essentially failed Allagan bioweapons.
Which he's
so,
not
as
too
we-
happy about.
Yeah, he's not too pleased. We'll see him as we run through the dungeon, but essentially, yeah, the reason why Garuda looks how she does is because it's a very deeply ingrained, like, Stockholm Syndrome type deal from when they were being created. So that's fucked up. Episode number 228 of, wow.
What the
the
fuck,
Allagans
Allagans?
are fucked.
Yeah, Allagans
When
were
we-
honestly, they're both some of the most interesting of
They're, like, definitely one of the most
characters,
interesting
but
parts
also
of 14.
definitely most fucked up. The
Yes.
lore behind this boss is fuck you. I don't know, dude. It's a giant
Yeah.
tombstone. Does this? So my
it
question
was-
is though, does this mean is this what we are carrying around to give to Rowena? Like, is this the size of shit that we are like?
We just
Here,
slide
I
this
guess.
across the counter every
No,
time we
not
buy
even
something.
not just one. We slide like 500 of these.
That's true. That's a good fucking point.
This is
I
the
never-
only scale we've ever seen it at.
That's true, because we only ever have like the like
To be
just
fair,
the
it's
little
not
icon.
called a tombstone though. It's called a mother bit. So I guess it's technically
This could be
different.
what like the tombstones are based on.
The tombstones are probably a smaller version, like a USB compared to an SSD, or
Yeah.
a USB compared to a external.
Yeah.
If I
also,
had to
I'm
take a joke, what a joke? Guess.
oh whoa.
What's that?
I am like vaguely flipping through the lore book while because
That's
I'm
fine.
curious about the Garuda stuff. And I'm trying to read it while I don't kill you, so give me a second.
ahead.
But essentially, well, they put her origin myth in like this really, really hard to read script.
I'm just gonna very slowly walk over to this, so
You can
find-
keep talking while I do this. I'm just letting you know I'm reading real quick.
Okay, why don't you read
Because
it out
I don't
loud?
want to. Cinna,
Share
don't
for the
test me
class.
right now. Cinna. Hey, we're gonna read this navigator's log page real quick instead.
It's nothing.
Filled with
interesting.
drones, the sky was swift and sure. Their attacks were, by some miracle, I'm alive, severely damaged. The airship was. Parts for
And
repair
there
I
he
need.
is.
What is this story about? Is this
It's,
on
it's
the
his, it's the
Ixals?
Ixals, yeah.
He's writing this really damn quick. He's writing his little notebook and
Also,
leaving the pages behind. That fast?
Somebody is trying to big pull. No, that they like fell out of his stuff when he crashed. It's from his
Oh,
journal.
I got you. So he wrote this when he crashed before he like started to.
Yeah, he's not just writing these and then running away.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Here's some shop Ds and some impulses and nothing super interesting again. Just bioweapons created by the Allagans, you know, normal.
General Allagan fuckery.
Honestly, at this point, it's general normal Allagan fuckery.
Something that I just noticed. Don't die for a second. Who the fuck is this guy laying on the ground?
Yeah, okay, so I noticed that, and I don't think it's touched upon. There are bandits here. Like,
Oh, okay, so these are like the bodies of the bandits who have previously come through here.
Yeah,
Is that the
which
kind of
means-
general gist?
yeah. So it's like
I just noticed that there were
there's
dead
definitely
bodies on the ground.
there's definitely people trying to pillage this. Like there's pirates and shit.
Like the Sky Pirates?
Oh, well, we maybe touch on the sky pirates at some point. We definitely will.
Yeah, we definitely. Someday
And
I'll
here's
finish
the Ixal boy checking out this big.
this big. Yeah, he's like, those creatures mistake me of this I fear. So essentially, that's why he's getting through this facility.
Without
is
being
that,
attacked.
Yeah,
They
without
think
being
that that's
attacked, is that, yeah, they think that he is like an Allagan creation, and that's why they're not fucking with him, which they are technically correct.
Interesting. I want to say it's a mistranslation. These are called Nagas, but the Nagas we saw downstairs were the snake kind. So
Yeah, and
I'm
these
very-
are most definitely not snake kinds. These
No.
look more closely to the Arimans? Fuck, what are their names?
the Arimans.
Arimans, there we go.
They
They
definitely
look more
like
similar to that.
Arimans.
Which worth noting those are void sent.
Yeah,
and these
those
are
those
very
voids.
obviously bioweapons. They say in all
Which-
their names they're bio-manufactured.
Which makes you wonder: did the Elegans know about the void?
Potentially. They potentially could have. I don't think we have any like
I think we have
hard, concrete evidence to
go either way. I feel
Yeah.
like if there was, if there was obvious fuckery going on with the Asians, then they had to have known about the void. Well, no. A double jump back. Did the void even exist then? Timeline wise, I don't know if the shard was like still. I'm gonna Sky edit it in. Did the void exist?
Yes. The void existed. It's the whole reason their empire collapsed. You know that guy Zonde? He fucking made a pact with the void. The void existed.
Yes, no. Okay, so this boss is actually one of the most interesting to me.
Well, he's based on. This is part of the remnant, the connection to the fact that this place is all like the war based on the Warring Triad, and the entire
Exactly.
flagship is meant to sort of research the Warring Triad, and also this kind of calls back to the fact that this is a museum because this essentially could be used as like kind of a showpiece for the Allagans who wanted to come and see like, oh, the
It
Warring
is
Triad.
like, look at this. Like, it's like, oh, this prototype can perfectly replicate. Like, this was very obviously to show off. And there's kind of like spectator spots if you look around the map.
Yeah, there are like definitely areas. There's like a viewing deck on here where they definitely could have people like come and chill, watch some Allagan bullshit. Oh, I should not be standing here.
I thought the way they did this
staring at
fight
the outside
was
of the map.
extremely interesting, and this is more from a gameplay point of view. But I thought having all these callbacks to Warring Triad mechanics was actually super interesting, and I really appreciate the way they're doing bosses now. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting, and I know that the people that didn't do Warring Triad are just like, what the fuck? What are all these green men doing around here?
Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna try not to die, and there's like a guidance system above that's talking about like, oh, its ability to seamlessly
Yeah,
switch
that's
between
what I
sets
was
of
saying.
data will keep enemies guessing. Like this is very obviously just like almost like a circus act.
It's
of
almost also
Allagans.
like a show off for quote unquote investors, essentially. Like,
Yeah, well, and also potentially like a warning to enemies. Like, this is what we
Yeah.
have. Don't fuck with us. Hey, I'm gonna come stack on you. You don't
yeah,
have
I'm
to.
not gonna move. I am gonna deliverance though. That was a fun lore tidbit. I'm gonna deliverance.
Good.
So
bits
also-
of lore.
Each piece of data that he's pulling makes their hologram disappear. I knew a few people didn't notice that.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna kill him before we get to Zervan, but that's okay.
That's fine. Zervan's is kind of annoying, so I'll roll on that. Why not?
So going down to, I want to say, what is this? The third floor we've gone down to now,
Yeah.
which is the maintenance.
The maintenance deck.
Which proves again that this was a museum of sorts, some type of show off. Also, again, these bio pellets, these biomasses, they all feel and have sentience.
And feel pain while we're
Mind
killing
that.
them. Well, and
So-
also this could imply that these like cages down here. That one, keep in mind that these guys have been here since the Allagans fucking
Which is a long
fell off the
time,
map,
y'all.
which has been like thousands of years, if I'm not
It's been,
incorrect.
yeah, it's been a very, very long time.
It's been a hot minute. Like, it's no wonder these guys are trying to thrust down the glass to get to us right now.
Spoiler. So this is one
Spoiler?
of their spoiler. They did it.
Yeah, spoiler. They succeeded.
So this is one of their Minotaurs that they actually did manage to manufacture. Some of them in here are captured, like, just biological beings, whereas this one is an actual... Oh, which means the one upstairs may very well have just been.
Yeah, I didn't notice though. I don't think it said manufactured, but you know, I could be wrong on
Yeah,
that.
we could be completely
It is.
wrong.
The whole thing is to like, it can be assumed that they probably did, because I know there are Minotaurs that are not Allagan.
Yeah.
It's pretty possible that the reason why that they are like, there are normal ones and manufactured ones is that the normal ones that they have were the ones that they kind of based these guys on. Because keep in mind too, this guy doesn't have like that helmet thing on
Nope.
him.
But why would he eat it? He's down in his little cage.
That's true.
I'm not sure what through here would be. It looks like the same type of thing we just saw in the Aetherochemical
Actually,
research
worth
facility.
noting, it looks like there is
There's
a body
there's
on
a body
it.
on there. Oh, it looks like the body from the original Fractal. The one that looked a little bit like Ravana.
Yeah, the sort of Ravana-esque boss.
Yeah.
Interesting. So here's a theory for you. This is where they made them too, to an extent, or at least made replicas to show off with.
I agree.
That's my hot take of this.
So some more biomanufactured,
Jesus, cut that out.
biofans. Some
Biofan.
more biomanufactured creations, which again they did a lot. We have a Minotaur over here trying to smash at us and just like smash or pass us right now.
He is swiping right at the moment.
He is very fiercely swiping right. And you see a couple of these Brobinaux. I probably completely butchered that. It's really interesting to note how some of these creatures are just okay with it. Like they're just
some of
chilling.
them don't have an issue with us.
No.
They're like, hey, can you get the fuck out already?
They're like, can you just go? Alright, this Minotaur is gonna smash out in a second. Yeah, these Brobinaux, you do see them in Azys Law. A lot of these creatures you see in Azys Law.
Well, because keep in mind that Azys Law, in a lot of ways, is kind of like a zoo type deal. A lot,
Yeah,
not
but
all of it,
a
but
lot of
some
it is also like actual, just old age life of Heidelin. Like
Yeah, that's also true. Because essentially, this is a thing that I did look up beforehand. Azys Law was risen into the sky by the Allagans like 5,000 years ago. So it's kind of a little snippet of time from back then, plus whatever else they added to it. And essentially, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why they did it is just to kind of make sure that it wouldn't get fucked with.
I mean, it didn't for a really long time.
Yeah. Well, essentially, until the events of Heaven's Ward, like, no one really went to Azys Law.
No one really even knew it existed.
Yeah. Well, there were legends of the Ixal that Azys Law existed. That's what I forget what they actually call it in the quests, but they do refer to like the motherland or something.
Yeah, something in the sky.
It's something along that lines is what they call it. But it's essentially like their homeland, and they think it's up in the sky somewhere, and it's essentially treated as kind of like a fairy tale until this dungeon, because
and
one
the
of the Ixal come here.
Thing here is
the ultimate beast.
Yeah, which was supposedly between this and the other one a prototype for the Ultima weapon, which you fight at the end of 2.0.
Yep, along with La Hebrea Thancred.
Yeah, Laha Thancred.
Tying that back to that whole Allagan
obviously
shit we were talking about earlier.
It's a bioweapon that has been spliced into a behemoth, which again really fucked up, because you gotta remember all these creatures are sentient. Like they know.
Yeah, these were regardless of if they were like creatures that they kind of stole from their natural environments or created, they are like all sentient.
They're all sentient beings, so it's like, oh, okay, Allagans, that's pretty cool, I guess. So the mishmash of this Ultima Beast and the boss that we fought, whose name is escaping me, right
what
before
dungeon?
this, the one that
took in
and
yeah. Oh, I just totally stood in the middle.
and here we
That's
go
fine.
again with the announcer telling us what's going on and things like that.
Yeah. Well, and theoretically,
oh, look at
this
if you look
was-
up, yeah, there's like, I mean, there's a couple viewing platforms and things like that.
Theoretically, this would also be kind of for a show for the Allagans, if maybe even potentially to like kind of boost morale.
Also, yeah, to show the Emperor what they've been working on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let that
I
hit
just
me.
realized that I never gave you protect.
No, whatever.
I'm a good healer. Oh, you know what probably happened is your protect from the last dungeon wore off.
Yeah, I'm probably just like, did you give them protect or like?
Yeah, they have protect.
I don't have much else to say about him, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in closing statements, we can just say that the Allagans were really fucked up, y'all. Like,
Yeah, they were wild. We'll do another episode for sure, like, on the Allagans. This was kind of just focusing on the 2 dungeons and, like, their Warring Triad bullshit. But honestly, I think we should even do a separate episode for the Warring Triad. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
there's
I would love to do a separate one
much
for
more
the
you
Warring
could
Triad.
say on those guys. Because there was a lot.
I mean,
that
this
happened.
was just our like quick prototype of like here.
Yeah, this
here's
is our
us.
first episode. Testing
Please
some
be
stuff out.
gentle.
Please, no steppy.
Please,
We're
please
doing our
no,
best.
please no rude.
We're doing our best. We hope you guys are.
Yeah, we're doing our best out in the club. Like we're hoping y'all are enjoying it. Again,
This is
neither
fun
of
to
us.
do.
This is it. Neither of us are lore experts by any means. We own the lore book and we love the lore of 14, and that's
Yeah,
why we're doing
I'm.
this.
One of these days, I'll like get more into making lore videos. Someday, when we were talking about doing a Sky Pirate video, I've been saying I would make a Sky Pirate
I would
lore
love to
video
talk about
for
Leofard.
YouTube. I've been saying I would do it for like 8 months.
Yo, these guys got like 10 more seconds before I do a tank limit break.
Do it. Just do it. We're on 9%.
Damn it.
Who cares?
They did it.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Rest in peace,
goody.
Dream.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for this first episode. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sufficiently hammered, honestly.
I
Let's let them get out of here and let's
Yeah.
don't leave.
Yeah, no, we can run around for a hot minute. I'll give him a
Yeah.
comm. I'll give that Bard a comm because
I gave it
the
to the ninja, so.
ninja left before I could comm.
So yeah, this has been the first episode. We really ooh, there's like green
Yeah, we
goo
can-
being filled over there.
Where?
Up.
Oh,
where I'm
whoa!
jumping,
What's
yeah.
this? I'm gonna run over there. I don't care. We have like what 5 minutes before the game kicks us out of here.
Yeah. So we really appreciate you guys either watching or listening. I guarantee you it's going to be way funnier and way more amusing to watch based on edits.
Yeah, and we'll do another. What is our schedule for this? Do we have a schedule?
We don't have a
decided
schedule
that?
yet. I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it on the YouTube or the SoundCloud or the whatevers, you know, the whatevers.
Yeah. And like we'll make some more episodes. If anyone has like requests for things we could cover,
Yeah,
definitely
for
let us know
topics
because
or
we're
places.
up for suggestions. Yeah, essentially like topics, places, specific dungeons you want to hear about. Let us know.
This
We'll
Minotaur's
do
our
our
first
best.
fan.
I know. Look at that. Our first.
He is so excited.
Look, he's like, wow. Is that Ostara Aurum
that
and
Ostara-
Cinnabun?
Is that the Cinna?
The Cinnabun?
So yeah, that's gonna let me just oh nope, didn't mean to do that. There we go. That's gonna, you know, end it off. I don't really have anything else to say.
Yep.
I really appreciate everybody listening. I know a lot of the people that are going to be listening to this also watch me stream, and I appreciate that as well. And you're all very valid.
You're all so valid.
You're all
Thanks for coming to our
valid.
podcast. This is
Thanks for coming to our podcast.
yeah, it's a great time out here.
Thanks for coming to our party.
Thanks, guys.
And yeah, just remember, we don't know what we're doing.
And neither do you.
Sloppy.